It's not the vibe. Stop!
My room looks really normal until you see the virginity corner.
How you deal with all this trauma?
I will call my mama.
Well, that's beautiful, man.
Call my mama a bitch.
Oh.
What?
None of it was real.
Hoes on me, left and right. Glum, I put them out.
Slice of pomegranate in there as well.
No, darling, it's not pomegranate. What do you actually think it is? Give it another go.
It's grapefruit.
Yes, there we go.
Bucket. Perpendicular bookshelves.
Oh, look at this super cute book cover. I bet the inside is just as cute.
Day 3 on the road to It's been ages since we left Pyramid. As always, my companions and Carl are with me.
Never let a boy in my room. Here's why. You first walk in, it looks normal, looks cute, and then boom, addiction.
Oh no!
That long ass dick didn't have any lube on it, so it felt like he was rubbing his wood in my hole and starting a bonfire. All I could do was bury my face into the pillows and scream until he finished coming in my ass for the 4th time. He collapsed down on top.
It's for $1. Who seems like a terrible person?
Oh my God, I can't say the first person that came to mind.
No, say it.
I guess no, I can't say it.
Say it.
No, I'd be honest.
Say it. The answer is Leah Remini.
Whoever coined the phrase, "I love you to death," obviously never experienced the kind of love Tate and I share. If that were the case, the phrase would be, "I love you to life," because that's exactly what Tate did. She loved me back to life.
So 2 years ago, my brother died. Everyone loved him. He was a star soccer player. He was a legacy with records upon records. But now there's this new guy at my school, a new soccer player, and everyone's predicting he's going to shatter my brother's records. And I don't want any part in that, so I try to keep my distance, and that is until my disinterest in him intrigues him. To learn more, read Perfect Little Flaws by Jennifer Ann Shore.
So what, shall
To that I will accept 0 criticism on. I am not someone who gives out 5 stars very easily. These books are books that I would not change a single thing, that I am just fully obsessed with and always will be. Definitely let me know some of your 5-star reads because I'm always looking to add things to my TBR list, and if you guys love them, there's a pretty good chance I'm gonna love it too. First up is my favorite book of all time, the book that made me fall in love with reading again as an adult. I fell in love with reading as a kid from reading the Harry Potter series and the City of Ember series, and The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna made me fall in love with reading all over again. I love this book so much that I even have a quote of it tattooed on the back of my arm. The last 3 lines of the book are "Wounds heal, love lasts, we remain." My tattoo says "love lasts," but I just love everything about this book. It's a World War II historical fiction. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend. Next up is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. This was my first 5-star read of this year, 2023, and for good reason. It's so different than any romance novel you will ever read. I just instantly fell in love with this book, all of the characters, it is everything. The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. This book at first, I gave it a 4.5 out of 5, but the longer I sit and think about it, this is a 5-star read. It's a little bit of a fantasy vibe. This book will leave your heart feeling so warm and full at the end. I cannot recommend it enough. Book that I read on my Kindle last year, and I just ordered the physical copy just so that I can have it on my bookshelf and lend it to friends, but The Wish by Nicholas Sparks. This book does have a slower start. I remember posting it on my Instagram story last year when I read it, and I was like 30% of the way in, and I was like, hello, has anyone else out there read this book? Because I don't know if it's worth it to push through it, and I promise you it's worth it. There is a twist in there that blew my mind. My boyfriend's grandmother actually just read this book, and we were talking about it, and we were both so obsessed. It's such a great book. Same Time Next Summer by Annabelle Monaghan. She also wrote Nora Goes Off Script, which is another book that got a 4.5 from me, but this was a solid 5. It's a really great summer beachy romance. It flips back and forth between then and now. It's really great. It just made my heart so happy. I've seen some mixed reviews about it, but I personally loved it. These are all Ellen Hildebrand books, and if you know me, if you've been here for any amount of time, then you know my love for Ellen Hildebrand. Her books are the best. I'm trying to make my way through all of her books so that I can rank them all for you guys, but the most recent book that I read was 28 Summers. I loved this book so freaking much. If you need a good summer read, definitely grab this. Golden Girl is another book that will rip your heart out, but is so amazing. The way everything ties together in this book is just perfection. 2 most recent releases are perfect if you're going on a beach vacation, you need a beach read. We'll start with The Hotel Nantucket. This is about a hotel staff trying to get a perfect 5-key review from an anonymous hotel reviewer. You're gonna meet a lot of characters in this book, but all of them are so perfect in their own individual ways. And again, the way she ties this up at the end is perfection. Last but definitely not least, we have The 5-Star Weekend. This is about a woman who loses her husband and puts together this 5-star girls weekend. The amount of description that went into this book, you literally feel like you're sitting in the room with these characters, that you're eating the same food, that you're thinking their thoughts, that you're in their conversations. It's so good.
Every time I come, a nigga gotta set it, then I gotta go, and then I gotta get it, then I gotta blow, and then I gotta shut it. Any little thing a nigga think it he be doing, cause it doesn't matter, cause I'm gonna
It only takes 1,000 books to be considered a library.
No.
So I only have 543, but I think this is a really good and realistic goal for me to strive for.
Guys, I just heard where I want that moment today. I can't even talk about it. I literally just came back from work and I literally sat down right away and I started making this TikTok. Oh my god, Okay, so I work at a bookstore. Already giving main character energy. It's Black Friday. It's a Sunday, but it's a Black Friday weekend. Store's full. Customers are running around. I'm running around. No time to breathe and no breather at all. All of a sudden, I see this cute-ass guy in the romance section, okay? A guy in a romance section. I went crazy because I'm in control of that section. I am the person everyone goes to for recommendations when it comes to romance. I see this man. I go up to him. He's a breath of fresh air already. He is a 6'3" Aaron Yeager-looking ass brown man. And I swear, I fell in love right there and then. Anyways, I'm like, hey, how are you? Can I help you find anything? He goes, yeah, I'm just looking for some books for my sister. Already he's a sister? That's a green fucking flag. I'm like, yeah, sure, I've got a bunch of recommendations. What does she like to read? He says Colleen Hoover. I overlook that. I'm like, okay, we can't be serious. In my head, I'm like, okay, we can't get married, but we can still be something. So he goes, yeah, she reads this, and she reads Anna Huang. He was like pointing to the Twisted series. I was like, yeah, I love that series, and I started talking about it. I started going into it, and he was listening. That's another green flag. He was listening to me talk about Budge. And so I'm recommending all these like amazing romance books, and all of a sudden we come to this one single book. Dating Dr. Dill by Nisha Sharma. We come to this. Last copy left. Keep that one in mind, okay? And I tell him, yeah, this is like a South Asian romance. Like, I'm also trying to like give subtle hints too, but I don't think he picked up on that because men are like that. But I'm like, yeah, this is such a great romance. Characters, blah, 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 plot. I'm like, I read it when it first came out. I read it on my phone. It was so good. This was last copy left. I was like, yeah, I'm like thinking of adding this to my collection soon. I'll just like, whatever. Like, if he buys it, like, it's fine. I can just order it online. So I give him all these recommendations. His basket is piled up and I'm like, oh, he's going to ask for my number. He doesn't, which is fine. Whatever. Like, he's too hot and he's way out of my league. So I was like, whatever. I go out and about. I go start helping customers. 25 minutes later, we need backup to cash. I run to cash and start checking customers out. Lines are forming. And in that line, my man stands there. My South Asian Aaron Yeager stands there with his basket. And this is when it hits. This is when it gets so good. So this man, he's almost like it's his turn next and I'm already cashing these customers out. Like I'm in the middle of a conversation. Tell me why he lets the customers behind him go. Like, he's like, oh yeah, you guys go first, like over and over again. I'm like, what is this man doing? Finally, I'm done with those customers and I'm about to take the next customer and it's him. And that's when I realized that he wanted me to check him out. And I'd been checking him out. So he comes up with this book and I'm just like, okay, great. He's taking the last copy. That's not a problem. He buys this first. He's like, I'm doing a separate transaction. He buys this. He fucking buys it and then he gives it to me. I'm like, what? He's like, I bought this book for you because you were talking about it so much. This is for you.